All right, we are back with episode 28 of the Feel for the Game College Football Podcast. It has been officially 20 college footballless days. I don't feel so great. I'm not gonna lie. I might be getting sick. It just doesn't feel right. I feel like not having games on Saturday just is so strange to me right now. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, this is kind of just a weird, dead period in sports. February, the beginning of February, late January is always just kind of just meh.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody the other day about this. Like, college baseball's right around the corner. We're pretty pumped about that, but the Super Bowl just doesn't feel like all that this year. I'm just not super pumped for it. We're actually going to watch it after this podcast. We're recording on a Sunday afternoon of the Super Bowl, so Super Bowl Sunday, and we're planning on watching it here at our studio. But I'm just not that excited about it. Like we should have every reason to be pumped about it.
Huh.
You got Sam Darnold, comeback of the century player, playing in the Super Bowl, which is a cool story. Drake May's first Super Bowl newcomer, rematch Seahawks Patriots. Like, what can you not ask for? But I'm just not. I'm not really excited about it. So I miss college football already. It's been 20 days, but we're here to talk about more college football. So we've got a new bit of content we're going to try to do today since it's the end of the season and we're into the off season. We've got something new that we want to try. We're going to rank all of the games that we went to this year together because we went to some games solo. Each of us did this year, but we went to 12 destinations across the Southeast with each other this year to watch football games. We're going to rank them 12 to 1, and we're going to rank them out of 10 on a metric that we created. It's pretty simple. We're going to do crowd noise, that's out of 4. Quality of game is out of 3. And then town, food, and attractions, which just encompasses the whole area and what we did when we were there. That's out of 3 as well, adding up to a total of 10 out of 10, or 0 out of 10 if you don't get any points. We didn't have anybody that got 0 points, but we had one that was pretty low. We'll start
I
with
thought
number
we did
12.
rank somebody or give somebody a zero.
Somebody got a 0 in a certain metric, but we didn't give anybody a total of 0.
Yeah.
That would be unbelievably awful. But we'll start with number 12, Mercer versus UC Davis in Montgomery. This got a 3 out of 10 total score, and I had fun at this game. There were some different things that happened here, but as far as crowd noise is concerned, we gave it a 1 out of 4. Uh, the capacity of the fans was just kind of
And
underwhelming.
it's FCS game and it's a neutral site, so just double whammy with that one coming.
Yeah, so we weren't expecting it to be insane. It was week 0, FCS kickoff. We got what we got. Nothing super interesting about the location, the Crampton Bowl in Montgomery, but it wasn't horrible. So I think it gets a point for that. Quality of the game, we gave it a 2 out of 3. The game did not finish. For those of you who have not seen that episode that we talked about it, this game is the only game in NCAA history that did not finish, that made it to the fourth quarter.
I believe so.
Insane, and we got to go. So that in and of itself should get some points there. That's the only reason it didn't get a 3 out of 3 is because it didn't finish.
I mean, it was shaping up to be a great finish.
We had a blocked
And just
field
rogue
goal,
thunderstorm out of nowhere.
and then we had a safety. I mean, the game was turning around. Like Mercer
It was
was
a
dead in the
wasn't
water.
it, wasn't there a blocked punt to a safety?
Maybe that's what it was.
It
It
was
was
a
a
blocked
blocked
punt.
field goal and then a blocked punt
Yeah.
safety. Crazy. 2 block kicks and a safety in like 1 quarter almost. So I had fun at that game, but I wish it had finished. I really wanted to see who was going to win that game, considering how the trend of the game was going. Town food and attractions, I'm going to be completely honest. It was a ghost town, to say the least. Like, we walked the streets of
There
Montgomery
was nobody anywhere.
in the city.
Saturday at 3. It was
Everything was closed.
the weirdest thing ever.
So strange. Obviously, this isn't a home game for either team, so there's no college campus atmosphere. I think a 0 out of 3 is about all we can do.
And then those nachos we got at that place were trash.
So bad.
Oh, it was so terrible.
For the chain location we went to, but I've never seen it before, and we tried it. It was
I
awful.
think it was Dreamland,
I've
which
never
is
been
good, but what we got was not.
Those nachos were trash, man. It was not good. But yeah, overall, this gets a 3 out of 10. Wasn't my favorite spot, but I mean, if they had another game there, maybe it was a little bit more quality game. Consider it.
And if there was no rain in the forecast.
Yeah, and the game actually
Uh,
finished. Moving on to number 11, we had Southern Miss versus Mississippi State in Hattiesburg. This game got a 4.5 out of 10 total score from us. We'll get into the crowd noise. And when I say crowd noise, it's kind of like you can separate the two because the crowd can be really big and the noise could be kind of minimal. So we kind of combine them, kind of don't. Depends on the game. But this one got a 2 out of 4. It was interesting for like the first quarter and a half to the first half of the game. And Southern Miss fans were getting into it. By the late third quarter, the DJ had to come onto the field and try to hype up the fans.
Awful.
Not into that. It was not really that good. It was super cheesy. Didn't love it. Quality of game, that kind of given what we just said, was a 1.5 out of 3. It was fun for a little bit, but
I
the
feel like
second
the
half
first
was
half.
left to be desired for sure.
Yeah.
And then as far as town food and attractions go, I'm sorry to my friends in Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg is not the most exciting place in the world, unfortunately. It's cool stuff now. They're trying. They're doing better, but I'm pretty sure we only gave a 1 out of 3 on this instead of a 0 because the place we went to for food was pretty good. I forgot what the name of it was. It was some biscuit place right behind
Might have been like
Ed's.
Maple Street Biscuit or something.
If you remember that, that's insane.
Something like that.
That was literally in September. I don't know how you remember that. That's right. But I had a really good like jalapeno fried chicken pimento cheese biscuit. It was gas, like super good. Made me feel like so awful. We drove to Atlanta immediately after this. So the only picture we actually had from this game.
Oh, I forgot to change the picture.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
We actually have one. That's cool.
No, I took this from ESPN.
I was gonna say, that's
None of
what
us had
ESPN.
pictures from this game for some reason.
Did you put the other picture on here?
Yeah, I started with the Mercer UC Davis one.
Yeah, I mean like the one where we were driving to Atlanta and we are watching the FSU Bama game.
No, I didn't put that.
Okay, well, I thought that was going to be funny, but there was a picture we took of one of the or Alabama fans during the FSU game flipping off the camera. It went viral, but we watched it happen live, and like I took a picture, I would post it on our story. It was super funny, but we were considering throwing that up there. It was super hilarious. We didn't even have a picture for this game. It was so kind of just not memorable. So yeah. It wasn't horrible as far as like the actual stadium, just the environment in there. Like the seating was super cramped. It took us forever to get in. We talked about that in the episode that we covered this
It was
game.
legitimately like 30 minutes to get in. Missed the first touchdown.
Yeah, the Traore touchdown, we completely missed that. One of the only big plays of the whole game, so that sucked. But it was all right. I'm glad I got to go to Hattiesburg, though. I have friends there, so it's fun for me to go there sometimes. At number 10, we've got Ole Miss versus Tulane. This is the regular season matchup. We went to both, by the way, which we'll get to. We gave this a 5 out of 10. Crowd noise, 2 out of 4. It was a blowout game after the first quarter, which was pretty hype, but it just was not as anticipated. We thought this could have been a really interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, I legitimately thought it would be close because I mean, at this point in the season, we didn't really know much about either team. I had almost gone like 8-4 preseason.
Yeah,
and a team like that against Tulane, who won like 11 games, like you would expect that to be like kind of close, but
yeah, given our last matchup when we played Tulane in New Orleans, it was a pretty good game. We just stat padded like the last 3 minutes, but this was just another blowout game, just like the one in the playoffs. But I think that the distinction here is that the crowd was into it early. I feel like Ole Miss fans showed up pretty good for this game. But after the first half, it was just like it was 23-3, I think, and nobody was getting excited for this game because we knew we were going to win. Quality of the game, this is a 1 out of 3, given what we just talked about. And it was a day game, which was pretty obvious.
And it was like 91 degrees.
Yeah, it was hot as crap. It was still fun though. I had a good time for this game as an Ole Miss fan. I know you didn't love this game because you were kind of hoping Tulane was going to do.
Yeah, I had some change on the Green Wave.
Yeah,
not delivered.
Unfortunately for you, that probably didn't end up being the best bet we've made this year. Town food and attractions. We gave this a 2 out of 3. I can't remember because we've been to Oxford for multiple games this year. We try to be relatively consistent on these if we've been there multiple times. I think just given the fact that did we not eat there or something?
Well, this one kind of factors in like pregame stuff too.
Yeah.
Like general like feel around the stadium too, right?
This just wasn't a huge game at the end of the day, so I don't think that people were really, really excited about this one as much as they could have been.
Oxford has boosted to 2 out of 3 by default, really.
Yeah, and every time we've eaten there, we've had good food. Like even at the chain places like First Watch, like it's really good. So overall, 2 out of 3 for that. The total was 5 out of 10 score for that game.
So we went to that barbecue place before this, didn't we?
Oh, dude, yeah. So
yeah,
we took Siles to this game. I forgot about that. Yeah, we went to used to be a Lamar Yard, but they changed the name. I forget what it was now, but the barbecue place we went to was super good. I really enjoyed that. It was pretty expensive though, but we got one. I don't even think I finished mine.